Welcome, Aquarius. This is your weekly focus for the week of May the 27th. I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all of the support. Let's get right to the cards and see what they reveal for you this week going forward. Oh, who do we have? Look at that. The Fool. Oh, my goodness. Look at that. Okay, so the Fool was the first card I saw, so we'll talk about that first. Brand new paths. Absolutely. Get excited about where you are going, what you are doing. Yeah, this is a brand new path opening up to you. You don't need much in order to step into this path. It could just come out of seemingly nowhere. It could be in love. It could be home and family. It could be your health and well-being. It could be work, career. We'll see where that kind of goes. But it's also in a place where you thought it's time to give it up. I've put too much energy this way. I've wasted too much time. I've tried to push too hard at times, and then I've just given up completely. And it's just time to pack it in and forget it. It was a pipe dream, perhaps. So these two cards coming out together says now you're sitting right on the threshold of the door of abundance here. You do not want to throw in the towel. You want to maybe pull it back a little bit. Release controls of certain things in your life. Allow or embrace would be a better word. Embrace any kind of changes. Go with the flow. Be present. Be aware. See what comes about. Okay, we're going to put those two cards back in. We're going to give it one little fast shuffle. See if they come up again. And we have, for underlying energy, what do we have? Look at that. The Six of Pentacles appears. I almost get a sense of, the first thing I heard was paying it forward. Paying it forward this week in little ways. So be of service to others. Hold the door open for somebody. Carry somebody's bag. Stop by and visit somebody who is maybe a shut-in or doesn't have many people that do visit them on occasion. Be that person. Give a compliment. Smile. There's all kinds of ways that you can pay it forward without having to ever go into your pocket to do that. So look for opportunities this week to do just that. Pay it forward. Now this card is also about the balance of relationships. So there could be something with that. But it's about growing the abundance, growing the prosperity of the relationship. And so when we are doing this, now we have to consider, where are we putting our energy? Are they worthy of our gifts, our talents, our unique self? To be a part of your inner circle, part of your heart. Could also be something coming in, like some kind of reward. Okay, first card, look at this. I would have to ask you why you hold yourself back, why you... It's not really holding yourself back. I think along the way you found, situations where people shut you down, closed you down, stifled you, your voice or your actions, or you were misunderstood, and so you have a harder time maybe speaking from your heart, speaking from your truth, from the unique self, by maybe embracing your unique self, stepping into your own authenticity, speaking your truth, reclaiming your voice. We have to throw that blanket off. We have to turn around and see the cups that lay in wait for us. So don't look at the yesterdays. Don't look at the things that happened in the past. Today is a new day, and therefore the only past that comes with you is the past you decide to take. So don't take those things forward with you. Put new thoughts in place of those old thoughts. We have the Tower card. The Tower, okay, so I see that ball of light being your ball of light, okay, with all that electricity flying out of it. And so there's a ton of vitality about you, for you to want to go forward, for you to want to strive for a better life, a better relationship, a better sense of health, well-being, body, mind, and soul, whatever, stronger spirituality. And there's this glass ceiling, and it's been holding you back. It's been allowing you to, it's a limitation, or it is a challenge that you just couldn't seem to break through, or an obstacle, or a brick wall. And now you are supercharged and you break through that glass ceiling. So I would have to say maybe through meditation, or I was going to say innovative thought. Okay, let's go with innovative thought. So turn your thoughts inward and start to think of new ways of approaching old ideas. You might, brainstorm seemingly with yourself. Of course, brainstorming would probably be good with anybody, but try it with yourself, seemingly with yourself, and see what you come up with for replacing old habits that have kept you where you are, and inviting in new things that will push you forward. And maybe it is just embracing your voice again and utilizing, stepping into your authenticity a little bit more, creating some healthy boundaries where there may not have been some. And we have the Ace of Swords, the aha moment, the epiphany. I tell you it's going to happen. So, thank goodness they brought out a card to prove me right. Yeah, we have this flash of clarity, wisdom, knowledge. It bolts right in. And all of a sudden, because of that, you see a way forward, or you see something that maybe you can invent or create or give birth to. You see a way forward that you couldn't see before, or you thought it was limited. You thought you shouldn't, you couldn't, you mustn't, and you can. For goodness sakes, you can. Okay, our overriding energy here is, look at this, the High Priestess. It's about going within. Okay, understanding. When the High Priestess shows up, there is magic all around us. That's a gimme. But what you need to do is sit in quiet contemplation, go within and understand the magic that is within you. Your talents, your abilities, your unique self. Once again, is going back to your authenticity and loving yourself, praising yourself enough, and embracing your talents, your abilities enough to want to shout them to the world of who you are. This opens up a magical gateway for you. So, I think that aha moment, that little epiphany, that moment of clarity that comes in just changes everything, just changes the dynamics of where you were going, where you were heading, to new directions. Or maybe it's just an expanded horizon. The Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands sits underneath here. The Knight of Wands is like no man's land. The Knight of Wands says you need to do something in order to, well, first of all, in no man's, how I consider it no man's land is because you've been riding your path on the horse, on the stallion. Okay, you've been going forward and you stop. You fall to one knee. Now, first of all, it's a reflection of the past and how you've grown, how you've matured, how you've mastered something. Talents, abilities, yourself. And giving thanks for the trip that you are in the here and now, and giving thanks for the here and now, what surrounds you in the present moment that you can work with. And before we get back up on our horse and we start riding forward again, we also ask for a straight path. We ask for clarity. We ask for love, direction, understanding. Okay? So when we ask for those things, we become, infused by the mystic. And what happens is we get supercharged in being able to understand finally how to break through that glass ceiling, As we start the week off, we start with the Devil card. So we start the week off by looking at our lives already and understanding what's working and what's not working. Let those things that aren't working fall into the fires and turn to ash. This is a time of rebirth for you. So once again, I'll go with you are in no man's land, okay? You are just about ready to go and venture into a new path, but you're preparing yourself for that. You're letting go of things that need to stay in your rearview mirror. Maybe you're putting a completion on it, an ending on it. Maybe you are allowing healing in so that you can go forward. But you're very strong in this kind of energy as you start the week. As you go towards the end of the week, we have the Judgment card. Something comes in to reward you. Maybe it's just because you've been going around paying it forward the whole week. That's, you just kind of get rewarded for just being that person. That could be. This is a death and rebirth. So back to the no man's land here. It's a death and rebirth. It's a time to allow things to fall away from your life, close the doors on certain things so that you can open up to new experiences and have the space to invite it in. So if we walk through that, we start off understanding what needs to go, and when we start doing that, we realize that we need to really stand in our strengths, in our empowerment, rather than in the weaknesses that we had been hosting for a while. We get this dynamic energy to break through that glass ceiling, and when we do, the aha moment comes in, and it is the death of the old and the new, ready to be reborn in your life because of it. For work and career, we have the Ten of Pentacles. So if you showed up and you were like, I'd really like some good news about my work, my career, my stature in the community, my service, come on, Tilly, tell me what my week's going to be like. I just pulled the 10 of Pentacles for you. This is the yes card. This is the yes card to your most pressing question, the one that you showed up with. And it's in work and career. So when we go this way, we get the no man's land because we have taken the time to look back on our accomplishments, pat ourselves on the back, understand that we are a wonderful, unique person and that we can step into our authenticity with a grace. We get these aha moments that lead to the successes that we have been hoping and wanting into our lives. For love and relationships, we have the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is play nicely with others. So I think love is more of a group experience rather than, and I don't take that the wrong way, please, okay? It's more about the collective than it is about an individual relationship for you this week. I think you have to stand strong in who you are and develop yourself to be that strength. I keep hearing voice over and over, but it could be something like you need to create like an office space for yourself, or a creative workshop for yourself, or a little library for yourself, somewhere to grow, your intellectual thoughts and dreams and desires, a place where you can brainstorm, a place where you can get busy creating and doing and inventing, and so that kind of just flashed in. But it really is about understanding that everybody has talents and abilities, and some of those talents and abilities, when you mesh them together, when you intertwine them with your talents and abilities, what little success you could have had turns out to be a great success by combining those energies together. But it's also about showing what you have and growing that. It's like learning experiences, okay? We don't have swords, we have wands, right? So it's practice mode for us. We're learning how to develop ourselves into better people. We'll do that best then through groups, okay? The awareness of groups. Look at that. The only place that the Pentacles showed up for you is right here in work and career. So expect some kind of abundance to come in. Expect some kind of prosperity to be on your horizon. Absolutely. It may not show up this week, but you're definitely on the right path, and you put yourself on the right path this week. And then for the final card is the Star card. We're going to put that right over the Tower. So when we break through that glass ceiling, we realize that we can make the impossible possible. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.